Oh my God, they're all shooting back and forth.
50 people are dead, 53 others hurt after a mass shooting in Orlando, Florida. A gunman opens fire at a gay nightclub, calls 911, and pledges allegiance to ISIS.
Oh my God.
Officials calling it the worst terror attack since 9/11, America's deadliest mass shooting.
In the face of hate and violence, we will love one another. We will not give in to fear or turn against each other. Instead, we will stand united as Americans to protect our people and defend our nation and to take action against those who threaten us.
You're watching Local News 8 at 10. Local people, local news.
Good evening, everyone. Horrific, senseless tragedy struck our nation today. And tonight we're learning more about who the gunman was, his links to possible terrorism, and why he killed 50 people. We have live team coverage tonight. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez joins us from Orlando, Missy Inglett at Club Charlie's in Pocatello, and Hannah Miller at a vigil in Idaho Falls. Let's check in with ABC's Marcy Gonzalez first.
Survivors, including one who says he played dead on the floor of this nightclub for hours, saying he overheard the gunman talking about ISIS and asking people their racial identities before shooting them.
Look at that, just shooting back and forth.
Utter terror inside this Orlando nightclub.
Oh my God, they're all shooting back and forth.
A lone gunman armed with an assault rifle and handgun, killing 50 people, injuring more than 50 others.
Everybody just dropped to the ground, and then people started running.
There was bodies everywhere, and I was crawling. I just kept crawling.
It was literally like a scene out of a horror movie.
And I just played dead.
The nightmare in this gay bar and nightclub lasting 3 hours. Dozens of people held hostage, some sending heart-wrenching text messages to their families.
And please come get us out because he's about to kill us. So he said he was going to die and he loved me. That's the last thing I heard.
Tonight, many of those families still agonizingly waiting for word on whether their loved ones survived.
I don't know. It's terrible. He's my only child.
The gunman killed at the scene, identified by investigators as 29-year-old Omar Mateen. Law enforcement officials say after the shooting began, he called 911 to pledge his allegiance to ISIS, the terror group's propaganda news agency claiming Mateen was an Islamic State fighter, although there was no indication the attack was planned by ISIS. Tonight, investigators searching Mateen's home 2 hours from Orlando. His ex-wife calling him a sick person.
He wouldn't allow me to speak to my family. He would beat me as I would try to call them.
And federal officials say the gunman bought the weapons used in this attack legally within the past week. The scene here still blocked off as authorities remove the bodies and work to identify all of the victims. Live in Orlando, Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News. Now back to you.
Now to Pocatello, where Club Charlie's held a vigil in honor of the victims, and Misty Inglett joins us live from there. Misty, how was the turnout?
Well, Chelsea, the owner said that it was organized very last minute, and really the only way they had to get the word out was through Facebook. He said they didn't have quite as many as they'd hoped, but you can see here by the flowers and the candles that people have placed here that they have had several people coming by. And they said in cases like these that each person makes a difference.
Normally, this sign at Club Charlie's is not lit on Sundays, but for today, the open sign is flashing in honor of the Orlando shooting victims. Earlier this afternoon, a moment of silence was held. Visitors placed flowers and candles outside to remember those killed. The bar stayed open for a few hours after for customers. In just a few hours, the bar made about $120. All of that money will be donated to the Orlando victims. Those who came out to show their support for the cause said even though it was something last minute, it was a great cause and something worthy of the effort. They said it's great to have a chance for the community to unite together for Orlando.
I really condemn this, what has happened last night, and we need to all wake up and start appreciating each other, loving each other, and value each other.
It breaks my heart that it needs to be done. That, you know, I thought maybe the world has come a little bit farther than this, but apparently we've got a long ways to go.
You know, this is not what we are looking for in America. In America, when we come in, we know that we are secure, we are safe. We feel proud about this country, and we need to condemn this, and we need to stop this hatred of any kind.
Now, this vigil and this memorial here is just one way that Club Charlie's is honoring the victims. Tomorrow, starting at 8 p.m. until midnight, they're going to have a free hot dog event here at the club. That will be another type of fundraiser for the victims. Live at Club Charlie's in Pocatello, I'm Misty Inglet.
Thank you, Misty. Let's check in now with Hannah Miller. She is at Veterans Memorial Park. Hannah, what do those who attended the Idaho Falls Vigil want people to know?
Chelsea, those supporters that we hear today are just asking that their civil rights and freedoms are not dependent upon their orientation. Here are some candles and flowers left by supporters of the vigil today here at the Veterans Memorial at the Greenbelt in Idaho Falls, which symbolizes the lives lost to protect the rights and freedoms that we enjoy today.
I think when you take somebody's life, of course, that is the ultimate in prejudice.
It just felt so unreal, so surreal.
Let us count to 50. 15, 16, 17.
And I will not be silenced by their hate.
I've seen prejudice, I've seen the hate crimes. We've been a victim of hate crimes ourselves.
We're all just people. Everybody is the same underneath. I just don't understand all of the hurt.
18, 19, 20. We are valid. We are real. We deserve love and respect.
Turning your back on statements that people make that are very harmful, you're basically saying it's okay to embrace that prejudice, to embrace that hate.
48, 49, 50.
A larger vigil is being planned. You can keep an eye out for updates on that on the Idaho Falls Pride Facebook page. Live in Idaho Falls, I'm Hannah Miller.
Thank you, Hannah. And at the words, Idaho Chairwoman Chelsea Gaana Lincoln says she is thinking of those wounded whose families may not know about their sexuality and who will now effectively be outed. Quote, this tragedy underscores the importance of adding the words sexual orientation and gender identity to the Idaho Human Rights Act. She says it's terrifying that in Idaho, only those living in 12 cities would be protected from discrimination, and some would have to hesitate before contacting authorities for fear of being outed.